around that. You had a question.
Yeah. More of a personal one, but because I live with you and have grown up with you and know what you're like, one of the things that I find so dissimilar in us is when something happens in life, like you get into an argument or the driver irritates you or the maid does something wrong for the 85th time, or I keep the driver till late at night and don't inform you and whatever and overtime and I don't know what all like the irritants are. You get angry in the moment and you tell the person off and you unleash and all. But what's incredible is like in 10-15 minutes it's like it didn't happen. To your mood, your life, you're the same. Then you pick up another conversation with me and it'll be something funny and I'll be like, oh, but you just shouted, shouldn't I be sulking or I'm upset? But you've moved on, but I'm still upset, you shouted at me, but I'm feeling bad, I did this wrong. Or, like you just move on and I hold on to things forever. Like I can't let go. Like if some friend irritated me or someone did something and like I like it's on my list. So like how do you just like let things go? Or like where does that come from? Because I don't have to wear it down.
Yeah.
I'm so glad she
That's the process of the age.
Yeah, but how did your mood become good again? Like I'm angry for hours now.
I used to be. Yeah, I used to be at your age. I used to hold on, and that's how I got sick. Like got so many ailments because psychosomatic disorders. Right?
So how do we get to teach the younger generation not to do
then came the spirituality where you learn the truths of life. That okay, everything is changing. You're gonna die. It doesn't matter. What are you gonna do? Make the most of what you have. Live loud. Love people. Hug more. Laugh more, and let go. Who cares? You know? But it takes time. It takes time.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
So do you have tips to like let go?
Yeah, read the book. It's all in there. Pick up a lot of copies for your friends.
Sabina has a question.
Leena, yes. So, because our child goes to a school that's quite into mental health, etc., and very hippie-like and all that. There's a mental check-in that our kids go through every day at his school.
Very good.
Yeah, and
What
it's
school?
BIS,
BIS.
and it's all about trying to connect with yourself every day. And I was just curious because you said as a child you were regaling in your own achievements, etc. Do you think that would have helped if at a young age you were allowed to check in with your emotions?
Absolutely. I think that's so vital. Just the fact that even Riyani, when he says, "Mom, I'm in pain," is it okay for us to not mollycoddle all the time? Is it okay not to protect all the time? Is it okay for the child to fall and fail and you say, "I'm watching you, I'm right here, but you go through your journey, I'm with you"? Our parents may not have been able to do that. They didn't go to a professional parenting school or anything of that sort. But checking in, just sitting quietly for 5 minutes and saying, "Do nothing, just sit," or just but no phone, no gadgets, etc. Just sit for yourself. It's a very good thing. Have we encouraged children to be in solitude or to understand that that's how you get to know who you are? That's how you hear your thoughts. How do top leaders hear their intuition? When there's a crisis situation, there is very little time to weigh the pros and cons. They have to align with their truths and say, okay, this is it. I mean, Swapnil does that all the time, and I mean, and all of you do that too. I mean, so when you connect with yourself from the time you're a kid, you check in. You constantly check in. Even now, as a practice, every hour, 2 hours, I'll check in and say, is this comfortable for me? Is this aligning with what I like? Am I just doing it to please someone, or am I doing it for my own long-term comfort? I'll go through some short-term pain, but for my long-term comfort, I'm checking in. It's a habit. It's a practice. Just like waking up every day and saying, "Thank God I'm alive. Thank God I'm alive." Look at the world situation today. I mean, do we know out that door and we'll all be fine? We don't. So checking in and reminding our kids also of the truths of life. Let them know the truths of life, right? Let them know that things on the outside keep changing. But that is the calm in the storm. Can you be in the center of the storm? That's where we want to be. Let them know that there's an inner world that they can tap into very, very tangibly and semi-tangibly also. We didn't get that. I think that makes them very strong. Once you know, like I said, once you know you've got your back, you've got yourself, you've taken care of yourself, you throw that person anywhere in the world, they'll make sunshine. They got them. They don't have to wait for the approval, the permission, or the validation. Which can shake, which can move, and the opinions and the influences Like I said, my world outside crashed, so my inside world crashed. Hence, I reeled in the past, worried about the future, and resisted accepting in the moment, and lost out. Lost out to learn. Lost out to come back, bounce back, and say, you know what? So what? I have the resiliency to bounce back. That happened after mentorship. That happened, through time. But I'm saying, why should our kids have to go through that when they can have tips and tools to start now? And that is our prime responsibility to make sure that they learn to take responsibility for themselves. One thing I will also share, one thing that I learned to let go in life was blame for parents. I felt abandoned for 15 years when my parents didn't come to save me. Okay? For whatever their reasons. Then it took time and a spiritual angle to see that that's what they could do. And then once my mentor told me, your parents have raised you. Not to me directly, he was telling all of us, your parents have raised you. They're off the hook now. Now you take responsibility and you do what you need to do. They did the best they could. It just shifted that perspective and gave that kind of energy to say, you know what, I need to take responsibility for myself. And that's what I teach my daughter, that take responsibility for yourself. We're all there for you. But your inside is something you need to nurture. That inner girl in you, you nurture that. You make her solid. You make her so strong that today people come and go, you're still okay. You still can stand tall because you've got your dignity, you've got your truths to be with. So that's, I mean,